Welcome to today's explainer. Let's just dive right into this, guys. Today, we're taking a magnifying glass to a really cryptic, ultra-brief teaser that Google literally just dropped on YouTube. And I mean, it is brief. With almost zero traditional information given to us, we're going to deconstruct the hidden message inside this totally minimalist approach. We want to figure out exactly what Google is signaling about their next model. Honestly, it's pretty fascinating to see how a massive tech giant uses a complete void of information to hype up their newest release. Now, the title of this YouTube video lays out a massive claim. Introducing Gemini Omni, create anything from anything. You know, in the fast-paced world of tech announcements, we're so used to these really specific, granular promises, right? Like faster processing speeds, higher resolution images, or, specific little feature updates. But this completely frames the tool not just as some incremental update, but as a huge philosophical shift in how we might actually interact with their tech. It's absolute, it's confident, and it definitely signals a major departure from the standard, boring feature list we usually expect. And the entire core of this strategy really comes down to the naming convention itself. Think about the word omni. It's a prefix meaning all, or of all things, or in all ways or places. So by slapping this prefix onto the Gemini model, Google is basically waving a giant flag that says they are moving way beyond specialized, narrow-use tools. The branding dictates that this isn't just your standard text generator, or just an image creator, or a code writer. No, it's positioned to be this complete, all-encompassing ecosystem. It's a bold choice, and it sets this incredibly high baseline expectation for universality before we even see a single second of the tool actually operating. Okay. Let's break that promise down mechanically for a second. We're looking at the absolute nature of the inputs and the outputs here. You've got create anything on the output side and from anything on the input side. Traditionally, our digital workflows are, well, they're super siloed. Text gives you text, or maybe text gives you an image, right? But the phrasing here, it implies this completely frictionless digital environment. Whether we're talking about voice, video, code, text, audio, the clear implication is that those old traditional boundaries between different data types are just dissolving. It really suggests this framework where infinite inputs smoothly transition into infinite outputs, totally skipping the usual roadblocks. So what does the actual auditory transcript of this video give us? Well, here is the stark reality. It's literally just a simple cue indicating music playing. That's it. That is the absolute entirety of the provided transcript. There are absolutely no technical specs, no voiceovers geeking out over neural network architectures, no feature lists, nothing. By completely stripping away the traditional exposition, Google is relying 100% on atmospheric anticipation. They're intentionally leaving this massive void of information. And it's smart because it forces us to focus purely on that core claim from the title, letting the wild implications of that anything promise fill the space instead of a list of specs. Basically, Google has handed us a blank canvas. It's framed entirely by this wild concept of universal inputs and outputs, and they've left the rest completely up to us. So it leaves us with a genuinely fascinating thought experiment. If the barriers between all these data types truly vanish overnight, what will be your very first prompt? Seriously, where does your workflow or even just your imagination go first when a system looks you in the eye and claims you can create anything from anything? Take a second to really think about that, because that highly integrated, limitless future seems to be exactly what's being introduced right here. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep questioning and definitely keep exploring those ideas.